Hello. I have a little unboxing for you guys. I got this pen for Christmas and I thought I would unbox it with you guys, so let's take a look. So I'm just going to get my trusty little palette knife here to open the box. And this one is the Asvine C80, and I got it in a color that I haven't seen around much. I think it's a new color. Oh wow, it's more like a sort of a really deep pink color. So on the photos online, it didn't seem to have as much of this chatoyancy kind of swirl, but this one actually has quite a lot of that pearlescent swirliness in it. Ooh, that's really pretty. I like it. And it is much more transparent than the other versions that I've seen. I think there's like a blue glitter and a green glitter, and then there's a purple swirl and a brown, and they seem a little bit more opaque, the videos I've seen on them, but this one is quite transparent, as you can see here, and I'm not sure if the richness of this red is really showing up, but it's like a sort of like a red transparent candy, hard candy. It's really pretty actually. It is a very sort of pinkish red. Oh, and that's a really interesting smell. It's not the noodler smell. It's not the horrible smell, the one that kind of smells a bit like vomit. If you know, you know, but it does not smell like that. It just smells very, gosh, what is it? Almost like nail polish, a little bit sort of just freshly molded plastic kind of thing. So a very strong smell at the moment. I am guessing it's because I haven't unboxed it or opened it, so I'm guessing that's going to wear off, but I'll let you guys know. But it's really quite pretty, and the body of this pen is just super duper smooth. It is amazingly shiny and very, very smooth. So it is quite a large pen. It has a number 8 nib, I believe, and I got this in a fine. Fine is probably my preferred size. You can see through the pen that it does come with a cartridge, so that's really nice, and it is actually branded Asvine. It is quite a big pen. Let me grab some other pens so we can compare the size. So I have a couple of other pens here that are kind of the largest ones in my collection, and we'll put it here, and you can see that it is pretty much the same size as the Euphoria, and it is a little bit longer than the Conklin 1889. Let's uncap these and see the difference here. Okay, so we can see that it is very, very similar to the Euphoria here, the Benu Euphoria. The nib obviously is huger than both of these. These are both number 6 and this is a number 8, but the length here is quite similar. And the grip section itself, let's compare these two, for example, it is much girthier. So there is quite a big difference between the Euphoria and this Asvine C80. Let's take a look at the Conklin. I think it's going to be the same too. Yeah, so if you like a bigger grip section, this is definitely the one for you. I haven't written with it yet, so I'm not sure if I'm going to love it. Let me grab one more pen that might be comparable. One second. Okay, so this is another big pen with the number 8 nib, which is the Jinhao X159. And this one, I find the grip section a little bit too big, so I'm hoping that the Asvine is a little smaller. So the length of the pen, the Asvine is definitely a little bit longer. The nib, very similar. I mean, they're both number 8s, but I feel like the Asvine looks a little bit bigger. I think it's just kind of sticking out of the pen a little bit more, maybe. If you can see there. Yeah, and the grip section, yeah, so the X159 is just a little bit girthier and doesn't have as much of a taper here, so I'm hoping that this will be a little bit more comfortable. I find this just a little bit too wide. Yeah, so we'll have a look when we ink it up. I wonder, because it's completely acrylic, I am guessing you probably could eyedrop this. There's no metal parts in the connection there, so you might be able to eyedrop it. I have never seen someone eyedrop this pen, but that could be kind of cool. So let's go grab some inks that might match with this, and then we will ink it up and try it out. Alright, so I went through all my colors, and of course I picked some reds, but I did pick some other colors too that I think would go well with this vibrant pen. So first off, we have this gorgeous red by Colorverse, which is Hubble. And when I was looking through my collection, I noticed that this is quite pink leaning. You can see it in that sort of chatoyance there. It is more sort of a candy pink rather than a really deep blood red. So these couple of reds that I chose definitely lean more into the pink side rather than the orange side. Okay, so this is Colorverse Hubble. Then we have Lamy Ruby, which I think is almost a perfect match. I really love that one. I don't think I have much left of this sample, but if I do choose it, I will probably use it all up, which is a good thing. So I think that is a fantastic match. Then we have the gorgeous Song of Scarlet by Ferris Wheel Press, and it is really lovely, and it has a shimmer that is kind of purple, and it also has a greenish sheen, which is very interesting. And it has a bunch of shading, which I really like, which sort of represent the darker and lighter parts of this pen. So I quite like that. And then I went with a really light pink, which is Andrelium Rosy Maple Moth. And I think that goes really quite lovely with the lighter parts of the pen. It might be a little too light, but I quite like it. Then I chose some purples. So this is Mystic Storm by Robert Oster. It's quite a subtle purple. I wanted to pick a purple that was leaning more towards the blue than the pink, just so that there was a bit more contrast with the pen. So that's quite lovely. And then I chose an even bluer purple, which is Birmingham Penco Towboat. And I chose this one because I just think the blue sort of adds a little bit more contrast to this pen. So that one's really quite lovely. And then we have a greenish blue, which is Aurora Borealis by Diamine, which I think is a gorgeous contrast to this. So we're going with the bluish green. Then I went with Ferris Wheel Press Book of Botany, which is a little bit more down the Christmas line here with sort of the green and the red. It's not a super saturated green, so I think that's quite lovely. And then my last one is a really vibrant apple green, which I think goes quite lovely with this. I think because of the pinkness of the pen, it's probably not the best match. I think the bluey greens go a little bit better. On the top of my list, I think is Ruby, but I really do have to check. Okay, so I found my sample of Ruby, and there is not much in there, but I think I'm going to fill it anyway because I want to use it up. I've had it for quite a long time. I got this from Goulet Pens, and I don't really shop there anymore, so it was at least a couple of years ago. So let's ink that up, and then we'll give it a writing sample. Okay, so I had just enough to fill the converter of this pen. I ended up pushing it into the feed a little bit just so that I could use it all up. So this is probably going to write pretty wet. Let's see. I might just actually dab it off a little bit just in case there was a bit too much into the feed. It looks pretty good. Okay, so let's see. We have the Asvine C80. Ooh, it's nice. It's very wet. And this is, what is this called? This is the Agate Red. Agate Red. Wow, this is laying down a lot of ink for a fine nib. So we have a number 8 steel fine nib, which is writing super wet. Okay, and then what do we have? This is ink, which is Lamy Ruby, which is a gorgeous shading pink leaning red. Holy crap, that is really, really wet. Okay, got some figure eights. Did I just go the same way? I don't think I did. Okay, so we got that, and yeah, this is really lovely. Let's just do some normal writing. This is super wet. It is also very smooth. I like it. I love it. This is cool. As you can see, this ink is really lovely too. It's got a bunch of shading in it. I have not used this in ages, so I am so glad that I got to use it again and fall in love with it again. It's a nice deep pink leaning red and goes perfectly with this pen. I'll put the link to this. I just got it on Amazon. I'll put it in the description so you can check it out. Or maybe I have enough in here to do just a little ink sample just for the fun of it. Let's see if I can just get the last of the ink out. Yep, I love this color. This is gorgeous. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining me. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.